everyone. This is Zayami Eccles-Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the Assistant Director of the Oregon Documentary Film Festival. Oregon Short Film Festival. And we're gearing up for our summer 2023 session, which is going to be on July 16th at the beautiful historic Clinton Street Theater. But today we're talking with one of our participating filmmakers. Elisa Forni is the director of O Negative. Elisa, thank you so much for meeting with me.
Thank you.
Let's jump right in. What inspired you to make this film?
I like forcing people to talk about the things they don't want to talk about.
Totally.
So I just had this crazy idea and asked a writer friend that I work with to pen the script for me, and he reluctantly did. And that's kind of how it came about.
Okay, awesome. So I'm curious within that, what's it like having a broad idea or a specific idea like that, and then working with a writer to get that made? Is that a collaborative process?
Yes, it was very collaborative. I was really lucky because I work as a script supervisor, and my friend Chad, who wrote O Negative, is a writer on the show. So
Okay.
we already had a very good, cohesive working relationship with each other where we could be honest with what we liked and didn't like. So I basically told him how I pictured the first two scenes of the movie.
Okay.
And then I said, now you go do the rest and you run with it. And probably about 8 weeks later, I got a script that made me laugh out loud and cry. And I loved it. And then we went back and forth and made little tweaks, and that was it.
That's excellent. Well, yeah, there's really a lot going on with it. It is largely funny, but there's points of very serious, touching drama, and it is educational, to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least.
Well, I'm kind of curious, what was the directing process like? The chemistry between the two leads is fantastic. So I imagine it seemed fun to shoot, but what was that like on set?
It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting for me. I've been working as a script supervisor for over 20 years. So that was a massive benefit. But it also, it was a very big help. Casting was probably one of the hardest things. My lead actor, who actually lives in Portland.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's so phenomenal and really showed me how much an actor can bring to a role.
Totally.
He really thought long and hard about who Greg was and Greg's past experiences, and he really brought that character to life in a way I never would have thought.
Okay, totally. Yeah. Well, I mean, and there's also, I think, a great attention to detail throughout the film, even just at the beginning when there are the photos. Something's very seriously built up. And when I watched it, I wasn't sure if it was a comedy at first because it totally builds up. And I thought, okay, I was like, okay, brace yourself. This is going to be an extremely sad one. But I'm happy that it was funny. But no, I really appreciate this. I feel like there's so much good stuff going on. Is there any memorable moments from set? Either something great that happened or something terrible that threw a hitch in your production?
It for the most part was very smooth sailing because I've been working in the industry for so
Okay.
long. Everyone on my crew were professionals. Like everyone had a lot of set experience. I will say, however, my production designer, who did way more than just production design, he was kind of also our property master, and he was so lovely and so dedicated and very much into the project. And on the very first day of shooting, we shot the whole film in 3 days. And the first day was our biggest day. It was all of the park scenes,
Okay.
which are very emotional. And the only prop we needed for that day was the park bench. And my lovely production designer woke up late and said, I'm on my way. I have the bench. I'll be there in an hour and a half. Because in Los Angeles, there's always horrific traffic.
All right.
And it was actually it turned out to be such a great gift because I took that hour and a half and I sat down with my two lead actors and we just kept reading those scenes. We block shot all of those scenes. So it was such a great benefit to have that time with them and to get to rehearse
Okay,
and go
totally.
back and forth and spitball with each other.
You can never prepare enough. I often hear
So
that when
true.
you, yeah, take that time, people feel so much more comfortable when the camera starts rolling and there's less, "Oh, what should we do?" On that note, I'm kinda interested, did you learn anything from this process? You're obviously a professional in the industry, but did you gain any new insights about the craft?
I did. I mean, I never realized how hard directing was and the amount of focus that it takes to direct. As a script supervisor, there have been times where I have maybe felt overlooked by
Okay.
directors when I bring something to them that I think is worth attention. Um, and I feel like I understood that more, that in the moment when you're there, like
Mm,
you really are focusing on so many different things um, that it's easy to kind of come off as if you're disregarding someone.
okay.
So it gave me definitely a deeper appreciation for the directors I work with and how much work they put into it. Um, and I actually got to learn a lot about the post process.
Oh, cool.
Even though as a script supervisor, I take notes and that helps the editor cut the film together or the television show together. I've never sat down next to an editor and have gone back and forth and let's try this. And now I want to do that. And can you make it sound like this? So that was really a lot of fun and also gave me such an appreciation for what editors can bring to a project.
Oh, totally. Well, it seems really valuable to, have experience, in multiple
Yeah,
roles, because then you really, realize, you know, how the ball gets rolling in all these different departments, and yeah, you might never even know what an editor is really doing, and then you sit down, it's just like, "Oh my gosh."
it's so
But,
true.
it seems like very valuable, experience to have. I'm curious now, do you have any other projects in the works? Any more short films? Any more directing potentially?
Um, Definitely no more shorts. But I am now applying to a bunch of different directing programs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've decided to take this next year off and I've been very lucky that I've made so many great contacts over the years.
Totally.
So hopefully I'll get into one of these directing programs and that will be a big foot in the door.
Awesome. Well, I really respect your commitment to this craft and taking a year off to really just study and learn and practice. I think that's something that is you know, often overlooked. I think just the idea of
Very true.
deep dive. Well, that's great. Is there anything else you'd like to add about O negative?
I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much. It gives so
Right. No
much
spoilers.
away. I really love the surprise of it. I'm just really happy with my film. I really enjoyed the whole process. I loved working with everybody. I really loved the story. I will say this, it was very interesting. Men, when I would pitch my idea, men were always like, no, 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 no. No, they just could not
Right.
accept the the subject.
Right.
And every woman totally related. And so, what I really hope comes out of people watching my sweet little movie is that it opens up conversations within their own relationships, regardless of their sexual orientation.
Right. Well, totally. And at the end, I think you demonstrate that it's multiple people are learning multiple things from the ending. It's not just one face; it's many faced. Um, well, Elisa, thank you so much. I loved O
Yeah.
negative. I know Portland is going to go wild for O
Thank
negative.
you so
It's
much.
going
We're
to
going to
be
be
so
there, so
fun.
we look forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting you there. Take
Yes.
care for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.